Last session for LA group. Key to happiness. The very title, it's supposed to be in English, right? बराबर चल से ना English बोल से तो English बोल से तो चल से तो मैं पूसा चल से English अरे तमें अंग्रेज थी गया तो मारो English का इतना अघरू नहीं So these children also once in a while can look at me and smile. So nice. Key to happiness. One meaning of key to happiness can be way to happiness. A way to happiness. तो मैं हम सब अलग थे क्या हमारी जो यहाँ जो पहली ना तमें नहीं तमें भी नहीं फ्रंट में एकदम हाई क्लास तमें सब में जोया करो
कोमली बाजू
कोमली बाजू में जो तो
पीना बिना मम्मी पीना ना मम्मी चैट
ओह जो One is way to happiness. How do I experience happiness? How do I reach happiness? How do I attain happiness? How do I accomplish? One is, you see, a little different, huh? Key meaning something is locked. When do you use when you need key? When you want to open something. Yeah? Which means there is something already there. Now you see, we're repeating the same thing again and again. There is not something that I need to create. I don't need to obtain, attain, fight for. It is something which is already there. All what I need to know is, how do I open the box? It seems as though it's locked. True?
Yes.
When we enter into our everyday life, it appears as though it's got locked somewhere. All I need is just a key to open and see what already is there. So at the end of this fourth session, one thing should be very clear, and that is, it is already, ever, always present. If I have been able to convey this, I tell you my trip was worthwhile. That I do not have to go anywhere, do not need anything for happiness. It's already and always there. Now the second question thereafter is, If it is already and always there, then why am I not able to experience it already and always? So if you remember, I was talking to this Vanguard people, yeah? And he said, how do you know that we are in stress? So I said, only one way. Check. Have you ever experienced joy as a child? The joy of wonderment, the joy of, creating something beautiful. Are you experiencing the same joy now? If it's not happening, then I have locked it up. Because the masters say that the enlightened ones are ever so fresh and happy, which means their box is open. And because their box is always open, any time and every time when we go in their presence, we feel extremely elevated. And when we feel elevated, we want to go again and again in their presence. To such an extent it is open and it is experienced that not just their physical presence, but smaran matrina, even by remembering them, there is a smile on our faces. But the unfortunate part is that we forget that that happiness that I'm experiencing has not come from outside. It has always been there. Then what happened? Something moved away and it made it manifest, which was again the topic of our first day, if you remember. If you are awake and remembered. So how do I keep it accessible all the time, available for me to? So let's see from the other side. What do we understand by suffering, pain, stress, tension, anxiety, or absence of bubbly happiness, blissful existence? So, very clear, when there are lots of thoughts, I do not experience joy. When the thoughts become lesser, the joy is more. And so, when there is no thought, the joy is the highest.
He's alright, the cameraman. He's the cameraman.
Change of God.
Change of God. Okay. Whenever we contact the world, if there is thought involved between me and the object of my knowledge, you see the vision gets distorted, and depending upon my thought, I experience the object. Yeah? If there is no thought that intervenes, then I know the object as it is. I have nothing to say about this object, and so my freshness and my joy, which is so naturally present, pours out even in that experience. Now suppose if I have to ask a very simple question. When you say that somebody doesn't have intellect, what do we understand by that? Somebody is dumb. Beju nathi એની પાસે. Translation of having no intellect. Or let me make it more simple. Can you know without mind and intellect? Can you know, is the function of the mind and the intellect be very much with me, Ben? Because he's here in LA, not me. I'll go away. So my question to you is, do you need mind and intellect to know? Do mind and intellect know? Sure? Mind and intellect knows? Yes? Then who knows? If yes, do you think mind and intellect knows? Or there is someone else who knows
No, someone
through
else.
the mind and intellect?
Someone else.
So very clear?
Yeah.
The one whose nature is knowledge can know. That whose nature is not knowledge, how can it know? But it is possible that the one whose nature is knowledge is knowing through something. And so, whatever knowing happens is conditioned, limited, colored by that through which this knowing is happening. True? So, although I, who is of the nature of knowledge, is also of the nature of bliss, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Satchit Ananda Atma. Sat, existence, I am, I know, and I am blissful. I am infinitely blissful. Anandam Atma. But the same knowing principle, if it functions through a vehicle, an instrument, then my knowing will be colored, conditioned, limited by that through which it is happening. Let me give you a simple example, keyhole. If the door is closed and there is a keyhole, and if I see through the keyhole, how much do you think I can see? Very little of what is there in the room. And does that mean that I have the capacity to see only that much in the room?
No.
My capacity is way more than to see or know what is seen through the keyhole. Do you agree or not?
Yes.
The concept of past, present and future is the limitation of the mind and not limitation of the knowledge. Yeah? So if you are seeing through red glasses, you will see everything red. In the same way, the type of thoughts in the mind, if the knowledge passes through that, I will see only what my mind wants me to see. Like the keyhole makes me see only what is the shape of the keyhole, the size of the keyhole. That does not prove both the things. The other side is also too big, and the knower also has the capacity to see more. It's very beautiful if this becomes clear. So then what is suffering? If I am bliss, why am I not experiencing bliss? And why am I experiencing pain, suffering, sorrow, sadness, anxiety, stress? The only thing is I do not know how to manage my vehicle through which I am seeing. So if you go to an optician, he'll make you wear his glasses and then he puts one after the other to check. Is that fine? Is that okay? So though I have an instrument called eyes, I'm still not able to see things clearly because the structure of the eye has gone wrong somewhere. I need to correct. The moment that correction happens, I'm able to, hey, everything is so beautiful. Yeah? So inability to manage my thought is pain. Pain is equal to, suffering is equal to, stress is equal to, not inability to create happiness, not inability to fight against situation, people, and I think that they are causing pain, inability to go away from the world, but it is inability to manage the thoughts. If I am able to manage the thoughts, what is mind? Nothing but thoughts. Thoughts put together, name given is mind. Let us put it this way, right? So if I want to study mind, I need to study what? Thoughts. Now let us try to understand, if I want to manage thoughts, I need to know the nature of thoughts. And the purpose of wanting to know the nature of thought is not to go deep into what thoughts are and get stuck there, so that I can experience my own true nature in spite of them. What am I saying? Because of them, I am not be able to experience the truth, the bliss, the happiness. Can I, in spite of what they are, I am able to stay happy? So first thing is realization that my happiness is not dependent on what is seen or what I am seeing through. The knower has nothing to do with what it is knowing through or what is known. It is neither conditioned by the instrument through which the knowing is happening. That is the first realization that must happen. Otherwise, what I will try to do is try to correct that which is conditioning me, or try to change that which is known. All my effort as a seeker, either of happiness, may I have more comfortable and conducive environment, may I have obedient children and husband, may I have a more compassionate boss at work, and I waste time in something like here, or a seeker may go, I'm useless, hopeless, I don't think I can handle this, you don't know my mind. My mind is so full of thoughts. So one man went to spiritual master and said, you know what, I can't meditate. Oh, okay. So why you can't meditate? Say, I have so many thoughts, you don't know how many thoughts I have. So you know what the master says? Congratulations. What? At least you know that there are thoughts. But you know what? And he said, my mind has so many thoughts. That congratulation was that you realize that the thoughts are in the mind. He said it can not be in the knees. So one good step you took. Naturally thoughts will be in the mind. No, it will not be in the knees. One realization is, I don't know how to manage my thoughts. Management of thoughts is not equal to messing up with thoughts, handling the thoughts, cleaning the thoughts. Only knowing that it's the weather that has come. You are in desert, and there is storm, sand, I can't see something. All I have to do is recognize and allow the storm to pass. Are you with me? But am I so patient? I should first know that I am not the storm. B, I should know that this is not a permanent thing. And C, most important, my seeing is not conditioned by the storm, by the vehicle through which I am seeing. So either I want to change the world or I want to change the mind. That changing the mind is not managing the mind. It is managing my perspective while seeing the thoughts is called mind management. I'm not, so you say, manage children means change the children. I stay ready to face whatever comes and not become one with them. If I'm able to do that, then whatever is me effortlessly will manifest. Me happiness, me blissful, me Ananda Swarupa, so occupied with the thought and through thought the objects of the world that I forget who I am. So the key to happiness is first recognize that I am neither the vehicle through which the knowledge happens, nor what I have known, but I am the knower which remains irrespective of the conditioning and what is seen. That's the first key of recognition. There are no shortcuts. Not needed only because we don't need to create. If I want to create something, I need a recipe. The process is very clear. The process is more of seeing and understanding and recognizing rather than changing, manipulating, creating. બહુ difficult છે? નથી ના? સમજાય છે? જાણનાર અને જણાય છે એ બે જુદા છે. અને જેના થકી જુવાય છે એ પણ હું નથી. મન નથી જાણતું, બુદ્ધિ પણ નથી જાણતી. મન થકી હું જાણું છું, બુદ્ધિ થકી હું જાણું છું. Through the mind I know, so your mind has got so many thoughts. Yeah? Children are not studying, they are not keeping things clean. I have to do this and I have to finish this before I go to work. And and you try to know through those thoughts, children and husband and work. What a distorted vision. Have you seen ray of light passing through water? It is called as refraction. No? You see something passing through water. If you put dando, stick in a bucket of water, you know what happens? It doesn't look straight. It looks crooked. It looks so near, it does not become crooked. The medium is such which makes me believe that the stick has become crooked. In the same way, mind is a medium through which when knowledge passes, it appears that I have become crooked. I have become angry, I have become sad, I have become arrogant, It is the medium which is not me, the knowing principle, is the first key. I am not what is seen, I am not through which things are seen. Is it too difficult to hide? It is not. You've heard this n number of times. Once again, let's give it a chance. In a different way, let's try to understand. Now second thing, Now I need to know what are the type of thoughts, meaning what are the type of storms that can arise in the medium through which the knowing is happening. Why do I need to know? Oh, so that I am very clear I am not this. अरे why should I know something? जिस गली में नहीं जाना उसका घर घर बनवाना ना ये नहीं दरेक वखत એ ગીત ન ચાલે જે ગલીમાં ન જવું એનું નામ નહીં લે એનું નામ સરનામું શું જાણવું જ્યાં જવું નથી ત્યાં પૂછવાનું બરાબર ગયો something is perfect ના કે it is necessary. Did I ever share with you? You must have had that experience in your childhood. Biren and all are not fortunate enough, but some of my age group and in India, summertime you can't go out and play. Did I share that example with you? No. So many places I've gone and given examples, I don't remember. I've told you. So in the afternoon you tend to make too much noise. Yeah. Yes? Yeah, go to Bombay, ma. And the elders don't like it because that's their what? Resting time, sleeping time. Yeah, and then you also become so naughty that you decide anybody who stops you from playing in that time, so hitting their house, their door, main door, is six runs. And you leave the bat ball there and run after hitting. Have you done this always? No? Like you have done? You play a doorbell and then you run and go away, thinking that nobody will know. Of course they know. Yeah. Like that. So if I don't want to, if I'm not what I'm functioning through, why I should know? The problem starts is, I get identified with them so much. So I should know what I am not before I can know what I am. So then what mommy used to do, in those days they were, તમને ખબર હશે, પીપ ભરે, પીપ, drums of rice, dal, આખા વર્ષના. And summer is the time because then that's the time you put funds in sun, so it સુકાઈ જાય. So there's no bhej. So what in Gujarati English you call bhej? Moisture. Oh, you know Gujarati. So moisture now, you don't have these things walking in, those. Killa is not fort, but killa means some bugs. Okay, chalo. Some jivat in that. So then there shouldn't be no dangar. What's the dangar called? Husk. Husk with husk. Husk with moisture together, they give rise to bugs. So then they put us all over the dining table, and on the dining table they'll put rice, and all the kids have to sit around the table, chair par, and you have to do. Virman is okay, right? Salt. Okay, chalo. Now you know what I'm saying. We'll be so keen to finish this fast. You know why? Not because we are interested in completing the task, because then only you can go out and play. Yeah. So then the moment it is put on the table, you want to start. You say, wait till I come and tell you what you should keep and what you should throw. Very beautiful. Then she will in her hand show. This is called as grain of rice, and these are stones. This is husk. So it should not happen that you keep these and throw them away. Because when you're talking, it does happen. By mistake, vatana folvana. Means when you... So you sometimes get so much involved in watching the TV while doing it. When this happens, and you suddenly realize that you messed it up. Right? Has it happened? Like that. So they will show you exactly, and especially rice now, the business guys are very sharp. Huh? You know what they do? They don't put black color stones, they put white stones. So they will say, this is the stone and this is the rice. Then if you get in your pulao, stone, not my fault, so pay attention. Have you experienced this beautiful, joyful experience as kids? Same thing we need to do when it comes to knowing myself as blissful and experiencing and expressing myself as bliss. Though I am not that through which I function, though I am not that which is known by me, yet I need to know what is the type of medium through which I know the world of objects, names and forms, which is called as mind. Why should I know it? So that when that arises, I don't get sucked into it and I can stay apart from it and continue to manifest my blissful nature. When I get sucked into the thoughts, by the type of thoughts, why do these thoughts come? Because sometime in some life or this life, I had loved to entertain them. Therefore they come. They would not come. My thoughts will not come to you and your thought will not come to your daughter. Very clear. Why like that? You say, no, you don't know, Smrutiji. You don't know what kind of thoughts I get. Suppose if that, what you fed, many times people say, no, man bo bhatke che. Mind wanders. Mind doesn't wander. Mind only goes to that place what I had valued. What I was interested in some period of time. Yeah? And so, those kind of thoughts have got greater capacity and strength to pull me into it. Your mind and your thoughts doesn't have capacity to pull me. Suppose you have a thought of your business boss. If there is a boss. You have a boss? With your wife or your... both. And their thoughts come. So if her thoughts come to you, I say, what silly things you are thinking. I mean, not that that person is silly, but think. You see that? Why? Because I haven't valued. So I don't have the power, that thought doesn't have the power to pull me. But unfortunately, I am pulled into thoughts which I had only valued. So now what I need to do is two things. Know who I am, plus simultaneously devalue what I had earlier valued. Two things should happen. I should know who I am, and I should devalue what I had valued earlier. How do I devalue them? Don't worry about that. They will keep rising at right time. That homework also we don't have to do. Time and again these will pop up. And we need not worry how many more balls to go. Don't worry. If they keep coming on the field to bowl, I keep facing them. All I need to do is take care of my bat and remain in the crease to hit. Clear taking that. So now what are the type of thoughts that will come to me? Keeping in mind that I am not the media, I start now operating and seeing what is inside the mind. Are you ready? So then the masters classify, general classification, because we are not now too much interested in the story behind the thoughts. How do I know I am getting carried away by these thoughts? When I start getting interested in what the thought has to say. Okay? So I am a police officer. A police meaning a traffic police officer. Okay? I see one car going, second car going, third. One is red car, the other is yellow, silver, black, કઈ કઈ ગાડીઓ રાખવી છે? મર્સિડીઝ, ફરારી, કઈ રાખવી છે? ટેસ્લા. Huh? Whichever's that. It's fine. He will know. CCTV camera will capture. But do you go into everybody's car who all are sitting inside? What is their life stories? Right? Well, I've got better job to do than to do this. My job is not to see what all are the life problems of each one traveling in every car. My job is to just stay there and see that the traffic is allowed to flow, move. It's already moving. I see that it moves. So too, what I need to now do is to stay blissful, not get swayed away by the flow of thoughts. But how do I know that I have not got swayed away? The moment I find myself in the story of the thought, I know I am sucked in already. There is nothing wrong in knowing what thought has passed. And I better know so that I know it's only a thought, not me. It had become so much one with me, that's why they're popping up. If I had not got one with them, identified with them, valued them, they would not even come and visit me. So now what are the type of thoughts that will come without going into the story behind? So there are some kind of thoughts which are called as harmful thoughts. The second type of thoughts are called dissipating thoughts. And the third kind of thoughts are called as connecting thoughts. What are harmful thoughts? The meaning on these is very clear. That which will harm me in what sense? What is the harm now? Though I am blissful, will not allow me to stay blissful. That's first harm. And the second harm is that it will also take away the capacity and the possibility for me to know. Oh, baapre. Possibilities khechne mari paas. And what are these kind of? In Jain terms, if I have to say, they are called as Rautra Dhyan. Thoughts of anger, thoughts of jealousy, malice. When they arise, they will arise like a storm. Tornado, tornado. Soup, 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 soup. You try, go near and take picture. You say, are you gone crazy, man? Bachwao. You stay away from. But if you have known that now you are getting carried away in the whirlpool of these thoughts. The moment you see your palpitation started, your noses started flapping, you started little becoming warmer. Hey, I am into harmful. But should you not train your kids? But training doesn't mean anger. They are two different things. If you don't know, please refer to dictionary. They are two different words and they are not synonyms. In whichever dictionary, American, British, whichever English you want to. Indian English also, in Ghatkoper English also. Training is not equal to anger. Anger is anger, and training is training. So one kind of thought that makes me lose my control over myself, meaning it forces me, are those. Then what will happen if I know that this thought is arrived, that it has come up, popped up? All I need to do is just wait for the thought to go. Or there is a simultaneous thought which we'll see as connecting thought. What is this connecting thought? Through satsang we have harbored such thoughts. What is this? This habit of knowing the consequences. What will happen if I entertain or get swayed away by the harmful thoughts? What would it lead me to? What will happen to the relationship? These also, they are called, in Jain terminology, connecting thoughts are called dharma dhyan. We are not taking anything outside. No? Whatever you've already done, putting it in different way and giving the same thing. Same load. Sometimes it becomes pizza, sometimes rotli, sometimes... શું બનાવો તમે બનાવો બધા તો ભેગા છે ને અલગ અલગ વસ્તુ કરો કે નહીં એક જ વસ્તુ છે ક્લેરિટી લે લો ક્લેરિટી it may arise. Both are thoughts, but one help me to stay in my true nature, not get swayed by them. And one thought is that which takes me in a direction not just farther away from me, but also makes me completely forget and also takes away the possibility for me to know who I am. क्रोधमा हूँ जति रहो, क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः, सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः, स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः, बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. Then I will not have any idea how vivekहीन થઈ જાય. What I am talking, how much I am talking, where I am talking, to whom I am talking. સત્યાનાશ કરી નાખે મારું આ ભાવ. And the seeds that I sow naturally will again reap. And for it to again bear fruits, it needs similar circumstances, similar type of setup in which again I will get a chance. If you fail, you keep going and say for example in 6th grade I failed. Again next year I will have to appear for which grade examination? 7th grade? No, 6th. Then again if I fail then, but my friend has gone to 7th grade. Will I appear for 7th grade? No. But now my friend has got to 8th grade. Will I have to appear for 8th grade? Even 7th grade, at least 1 year down? No, I haven't passed. You will see repeatedly in life we keep getting similar experiences. And you say, why is it like that? That as a child also in school I got this environment. And as a family also I got this environment. And in friends also I got this environment, these kind of people. That's because I'm not passing the test. It is not up above there, somebody is showering me with the same experiences. Because I'm not passing my exams. Why do I get only disloyal people? Because I'm not passing my exam. It's like, why am I getting the 7th grade question paper again and again? Because I'm not passing my test. And how do I pass? When they come, I don't get swayed, allow it to pass. Goodbye forever. But I need to know when these thoughts arise, because and the more number of years you have to sit in the same grade, પાક્કું થાય કે ના થાય? 7th grade નું પાક્કું થતું જ જાય, 6th grade નું પાક્કું થતું જ જાય. You probably you reach a point where you can become PhD also. Like that. You have fascination for that subject. Like that, repeatedly if I keep experiencing and every time it arises I get swayed away by it, repeatedly I get such circumstances and situations where anger pops up, again, this is called anubhav, again and again I keep getting the same. And I lose the possibility and the chances of recognizing who truly I am. Who created? Me only kept getting swayed by whatever popped up. And to which, what did I say? Is it not natural when anger arises you become angry? Nay, no. I am not anger. Why should I become angry? Just because it is visiting me I become that. Well, a train man, India the train man, not flight train man. Every station, they get down. I ask them, kachori, pakodi, again another station. I ask them, oh, chiku, pampang, every station I get down and every station I take. Arey Baba, pet pataru, nakku to kar શું છે? Like that, every thought comes, knocks at my door, I own it up and I start becoming that. forget who I am. So first one thought is the harmful thoughts. But the connecting ones, I choose. Menu kache. It is not that permanently only one kind of thought keeps knocking at my door. I have not just fed angry thoughts in my mind. I have also done swadhyay, sadhana, vanchan, satsang. So even these thoughts will come. But if I keep entertaining those thoughts, the other ones will start losing its hold over me. This is called as managing my thoughts. I'm not literally fighting with the thoughts, nor I'm trying to fly away from the thoughts, but I'm managing them by what? Not giving importance to that which I think are harmful for me. So taking help of a thorn, I remove a thorn. Taking help of the connecting thoughts, I get rid of the capacity of the harmful thoughts to pull me in that. I have yet not been able to reach my happy. But these connecting thoughts have got amazing transparency, which can leak out my joy. So when I am in those connecting thoughts, I am naturally happy. How do I know I am dharmic? Happy, peaceful, harmony. Not fighting for the rights. Fighting for others to understand me and acknowledge me, my presence. So one are those harmful, malicious, acidic thoughts, acidic. મને પણ બાળે ને સામેવાળાને પણ ખતમ કરી નાખે. Corrosive thoughts, acidic. The other thoughts are dissipating. They take away, suck away my energy. They may not be as harmful as the harmful ones. But these also do not allow the, keep me lively. And that these thoughts are called as Artha Dhyan. Sad, sorrowful, depressing, more negative thoughts. Not malicious thoughts, which are one above the negative ones. When these keep piling up, it makes it more corrosive. So to be able to, such situations will come. Why? As I was talking to these people just before your session is, that what I believe in, I bring it to experience. Not just thoughts arise, but situations also arise. For what? So that I can pass my test. Question paper has come not to test my abilities, but so that I can promote myself and go to the higher. So these situations when they come, you will find that it is so logical to stay sad. Like for example, death in a family. And you feel what? Is it not natural to cry when some beloved is gone? No. It is not natural. It is only that I am now swayed away by these dissipating thoughts. The fact is somebody is died. By my crying, will the person come back? Then why am I crying and wasting time? But what will people think that somebody dies and then you don't even cry? Are you sure that's your problem? You see that? I know of this person. She is my neighbor. At the age of 24, she gets married. More educated than her. Only because he got married to this girl, only because she agreed to stay with her, with his parents. So he said, I don't mind compromising with the girl's education. Even if she's 12th standard pass, I don't mind getting married. But I want a happy family. Now how much will the parents love this boy? because their elder son got married to an educated one and they got separated out from the parents. So how much the parents must be so attached to this boy who cares so much, yes or no? Are you able to see? And of course he didn't do it as a sacrifice, he very happily did it. Because he believes that to make my family happy, I don't need educated people. I just need hearts meeting with each other. So he got married. 6 months. Husband dies. Drowns himself. He gets drowned in a swimming pool. Abba. So naturally we all were called and we all went. It was in Ghatkopur. Postmortem to die because the person has not died in the house or in the hospital. So postmortem is natural. Happened, the body came. She was fainting again and again out of sorrow. The mother of the girl, my neighbor, she was also fainting. But one unique thing I saw, and it really touched me and showed me the importance of having perspective in life. That you do have a choice. When adversities strike, you do have a choice to stay in what you are or to get carried away by the circumstances. Surely somewhere deep within us, some experiences may have happened which created a belief of sadness and sorrow, yeah, and so it came back again. But this person made a choice to say goodbye to these repeated experiences. This lady, mother-in-law of this girl, meaning mother of that boy who died, sitting in a corner, so, her face was so lit up, so much shining, I still remember. She had a mala in her hand. Jai Swaminarayan, Jai Swaminarayan, Jai Swaminarayan, Jai Swaminarayan. The whole house is filled. Young boy naturally. So many friends and so many people loudly crying and it is considered what? Natural, na? Atlu young balak jai to naturally koi rade. No, this person proved that it is not natural. That you can choose your response irrespective of what happens. I can be in my true self. And when she was in her being, she could choose the right responses. One after the other I was saying. So I was quietly watching. More so I was completely shattered because while we were traveling from South Bombay to this place, it took an hour or so, and my other neighbors with whom we were all together in different cars, they said, let's stop the car, have something to drink and eat, because once we see the body we won't. And that was shocking for me. Is she not your daughter? Meaning, when you stay in neighborhoods, so it's like a family staying together. How can you stop to drink and eat? So my thinking had already begun. That one incident and you can have many responses. That thinking had already started. But this was a unique one. That someone whom you love and so near and dear one, but you can still choose to. She had got that key to happiness. One, I am of the nature of bliss. B, I am not what the circumstances are. And also, my mind, I can choose the thought, whether it is connecting or dissipating thoughts. Do you think she would not have had those thoughts? The very fact the situation has happened, the similar thought which matches with the situation, because now it's the time to pass test now, the thought will also arise. But she chose between the two, that I want the connecting thoughts and not the dissipating thoughts. You will see she also lets go of the harmful thought. Let me continue with the story. Normally a woman whose son dies and has just got married, what would be her reaction towards the daughter-in-law? खराब पगला लेने आएंगे, आवतानी सातमा वाला छोकराने खाएंगे. These are harmful thoughts. But the one who has found his who's got centered, found in one's center, one's being. You see how creatively you can think outside of the circumstances. So the body was taken, and ladies don't go in India. So they were all left behind. Again, the daughter-in-law fainting, the daughter-in-law's mother fainting again and again. I'm still watching the whole tamasha, which was churning. It was also probably necessary for me, for my spiritual upliftment. So now it was time for her to give head bath. The daughter-in-law has to be given head bath. So after the head bath, she has to remove all the manglik, whatever she had worn was given by the husband. Mangal sutra cheke, tilak cheke, color sari che, And because you do observe in a Hindu family for 13 days at least, you wear a white sari, right? So the relatives came forward and said, we'll give her a head. And she said, no one will do that. I will do. She goes to her room, opens her cupboard, takes out bandhani sari. You know what is bandhani? Bandhani is worn normally for some festive moment, for some functions, because it's multicolored. She goes there, she gives her a bath with so much of compassion. I'm watching the whole tamasha, yeah? And she makes her dress that bandhani sari. And she says, she's my daughter. Now she's my responsibility. And when she's ready, I'll get her married again. But if it's only her choice. If she wants to stay with me, she can. Now this is saying goodbye to the test of harmful thoughts and dissipating thoughts. Neither did she cry. Dissipating is takes away all your energy, or harmful means takes away even the possibility of finding who you truly are. This was an amazing. I tell you, time and again I've given this example. The circumstances come because we had valued these emotions. So to create again that emotions to rise, so that I can pass out this test, circumstances similar to these emotions that I've been carrying. Yeah? They must have come, but she chose to stay. Only one. Yes. Yes. It's like you are in Ganges, but you are holding on to that chain at the ghat. The water flows and rubs you clean, but you don't get saved. So circumstances arise within and within as emotions, and without as circumstances. They rub you and clean you of all your past samskaras. If you hold on to something which is dhruva, dhruva is your own self being, or someone whom you know who's enlightened, who's holding on to or is manifesting the dhruva, the unaffected being. Do you see that? So it is not natural and normal to cry when somebody dies. That event happens, that matching thought will pop up. But if I know what I know and through which I know I am not this, this is a key to happiness. I will manage thoughts, not change thoughts, not fight with the thoughts, not take a flight from thoughts, but be in my being, centered in my being. I choose which one is going to help me to come back to my being, my natural being. Makes sense? So beautiful to know this. But we are so much in hurry, burry, solving our life problems, that the main thing, essence, is forgotten. Only if we can stop, act, and think right. That my happiness, if I am able to take charge of my own happiness, Why? Because I do not have to create. I do not have to attain. It is already, always. Not just she could overcome and pass her exams. Now do you think these incidences will happen in her life again? If they were this strong, where a son dies, it happened again. In 6 months, her husband died. Meaning 2 deaths in 1 year after the marriage. But the one who has learned the art of remaining centered, repeated the same performance in the second incidence. Doubly came up. Imagine second death in the same house. An average jiva would react, will take support of harmful thoughts. હવે તો નક્કી જ થઈ ગયું કે આ ખાઈ ગઈ છે. એણે ક્યાં ખાધી? મોઢું ખોલીને જોતો ખરી. એણે જીવને એના પોકેટમાં રાખ્યું. But incidences happen. She kept making choices, managing, passing her exams, tests, and passing out with flying colors. Not just she passed out with flying colors, but she became such a source of inspiration. Ordinary lady, uneducated. Who will call her ordinary term? Uneducated doesn't mean ordinary. Purity decides whether I am ordinary or above ordinary. Purity. It's this purity which gave her that freedom to choose and not get carried away. She did not say, why me? Why it has to happen to me? She asked herself probably, what do I do differently that I don't get carried away? I mean, this is something that I have seen, so I'm not talking, giving you cock and bull stories. That it happened to Tom, Dick and Harry. It's something that has happened. N number of times incidences happen. Why only this husband? Why only this? Why only this family? Why only this country? Why? Arey Baba, you have to pass your exam, not somebody else's. So when you can't cope up here now, you say it is better to be in Dharampur. I tell you, those who cannot pass their test here will not pass there also. Because the problem is not in the question paper. The problem is in the person who is appearing for that paper. Wherever he will go, he will find problems. You see that? And the key to happiness is A, to know who truly I am, what I am not. What am I not? The media through which knowledge is happening is not me. In fact, the media is distorting my, conditioning my, limiting my knowledge. I am way more than the media. And what is known is also not me. All the Tirthankaras and the masters you see in our Param Krupaladev's life, we're just talking about his life to these university students who had come before you. An example that came up was so beautiful. That, you're driving on a highway, you start talking to each other. Many times it happens for me. So I keep, my eyes on the GPS. Just talk. And then very soon I see myself on the bridge and seeing the planes go, which means the airport is passed. And I say, don't you think we should be going down and the flight should be above us? This has gone down, so do you think we have missed the exit? Oh, really, police, yeah. Like that, so many such exits come. But these ones, they inspire us. That when they also got those tempting exits, they did not take it because they stayed focused and reached the destiny. What are the type of temptations that Param Kupra got? Oh, starting from the inner powers, the ability to know so much and the ability to tell others' future and their minds and doing things, avdhans, 100 things at a time. All these were exits. આમ બે પાંચ વસ્તુ શું આવે કે આપણે બધા બેસ સાંભળ મને શું આવડે છે થાય કે નહીં I get carried. All these are exits. Situations arise, I get carried away and forget my goal of knowing who I am. Wedding, marriage happens, business happens, 4 kids, not a joke. None of them ever felt that he did not give his best to them. So surprising. Why? Because circumstances and media through which this is known are not me. Staying belted here, knowing this very well, he continued his journey, abiding in the blissful being, and he became a source of inspiration. Not for people who lived with him then, but 150 years later also, he feels so inspired. ठीक है नहीं? So 3:45 already. And then as you said, 15 minutes we keep it for Q&A. Nice? So beautiful, huh? This key we get it. In a Jain Bhasha ma Vyavhar Samkit kehvaya. Clarity about who I am. I may still get swayed away because of my own value I had given to them. But at least I know what I am and what I am not. Now it's just a weakness. Slowly, I have to tell the faults also. Shuklarya, which is thoughtless experience of one's true nature. When you stop getting swayed by these rising thoughts, harmful and dissipating thoughts, Artha Dhyana and Rautra Dhyana, with the help of connecting thoughts. Will the connecting thoughts forever remain? No, they are too transparent and they will fall off by itself, leaving behind the bliss. When we do not nurture or get swayed away by the thoughts, they die away their own life. એક સમયની પર્યાય માત્ર છે એ મંદ થતા અહીંયા અબાઇડન્સ થતા એક એવી ધન્ય પડાવે કે આનો યા તો ઉપશમ થાય અરે what I had known from the company of the masters and their board, that I am different from the mind and the body and the world. In the mind only quietness. I am irrespective. Today thoughts are not there. World is also not there because there cannot be world without mind. Yeah? Knowledge of the world happens through the mind. But I am. That's it. After which it is not a borrowed knowledge, borrowed faith. It is my personal experience that I am not the means, not that what is known, and I need not identify with either for my existence, for I am always and ever present. And that is the final stage called as Shukla Dhyan, continuing to abide in my state of being. Akhanda varte jnana, kahiye kevala. Keval jnana is not knowing Chaudhuraj. That is like a shadow for me. Keval jnana is abidance, continuous abidance in one's own true nature. અત્યારે આપણું continuous abidance in not my nature. Continuously I am mad. We don't like when listening to that, right? But fact તો એમ જ છે ને. Ignorance is equal to what? I'm not being myself. Then we fight with others. Let me be myself. This is what I am. Accept me or whatever. You don't have the courage to say leave me, but yeah. Then Nani says, some person asked, but Baba, should we not have self-dignity, self-respect? He said, પહેલા self ને તો જાણ, પછી respect કરે. Self-respect ને self-dignity કયા કરે છે? આપણું બી કઈ self-respect જેવું કઈ હોય ને? એવું કયો કે નહીં તમે? જો હશે જ મમ્મી. એવું થાય ને ઘણી વખત, આપણે પણ કઈ છે કે નહીં? સ્પેશિયલી પેલા જમાઈ રાજાને આદત હોય ને એકદમ ટોપમાં રહેવાની, એટલે પીરસે જ નહીં કોઈ ઘરે જઈને. મારું બી કઈ self-respect છે કે નહીં? એટલે self તો જાણ, સેલ્ફમાં જ ગડબડી કરી નાખી છે. દુઃખી થયા જ કરું. ફોનલી આય એમ નાનીની કૃપાથી, નાનીના બોધ વરસાદમાં હું જો મને આટલી સમજણ પડી જાય, આઈ હેવ ધીસ ફેથ કે આપી પછી કયો તને હજો એ મને હજો. શું તને હજો ને મને હજો? મને એમ જ બકબક કર્યા જ કરું. તને હજો એ મને હજો. તને હજો એટલે તને સ્વરૂપની જાગૃતિ વર્તે. મને પણ તારા સ્વરૂપના જાગૃતિ નહીં, મારા સ્વરૂપના જાગૃતિ વર્તે. નહીં તો અહીંયા જ તમને પૂજા પાઠ કર્યા પડશે. ભજીને ભગવંત ભવંત લો. ભગવાનને ભજીને ભગવાન ભગવત્તા સમજવાની છે. તો somebody asked ભગવાન સાઈ બાબા, સાઈ બાબા, પુટ્ટપાર્થી સાઈ બાબા, how arrogant you are. You call yourself, you allow others to call you Bhagwan. He said, you know what? You are also Bhagwan. The difference between both of us is I know I am and you don't know. But you are also that. કલ્પનાઓની જગતમાંથી બહાર નીકળીએ, સ્વરૂપને જાણીએ, એમાં સ્થિરતા લઈએ, તો કંઈક સાચું ઋણ અદા કર્યું હોય, ઋણ અદા કર્યું. બાકી તો ક્યાં પેકેજ ઓફ બદામ ને પેકેજ ઓફ ચેવડો ને પેકેજ ઓફ શું મોકલીએ આપણે બીજું બધું. ये तो बड़ी टाइम पास करने के लिए गालिब ख्याल बहुत अच्छा है, कुछ नहीं होता. ક્યાંક પોતાનું અજ્ઞાનનું સમર્પણ કરવું, અહંતા મમતાનું કરવું, સ્વરૂપમાં સ્થિરતા પામી હું પણ I also become a joyous presence for someone. બરાબર છે? હવે તમારી પાસે મેં વધારે 5 મિનિટ 7 મિનિટ લઈ લીધી, તમારી પાસે 7 મિનિટ છે ક્વેશ્ચન્સ પૂછવાની. આમ તો હશે જ નહીં, બાકી એવો બોધ જ એવો ધડાક લઈને પડ્યો છે. આ જ સત્ય, અને આ પહેલી વાર સાંભળ્યું છે. એવું છે કે તમે નથી સાંભળ્યું પહેલા? અનેકો વાર સાંભળ્યું છે. મજા આવી ને પાછી અલેગ સાંભળે. Who doesn't like looking into mirror? So naturally you will enjoy it, because it's something to do about me. આટલો સારો છું, આટલી બધી મારી કેપેસિટી છે, અને આટલો દીનહીન વર્તો છું યાર. એક શું વિચાર જાગી ગયો ને એ સાથે લગ્ન કરી નીકળી ગયો. મગર પોગંડી વિદાયો એક પછી એક વિદાય કરી નાખો, પણ ત્યાંથી પાછો ડિવોર્સ થાય, ક્યાં ઊંઘી ટકીએ, પછી પાછા આવે, પછી પાછું બીજું મૃત્યુ આવે, એની સાથે પાછું લગ્ને કુંવારા, એક થોટ જાગે એની સાથે થઈ જાઉં. ગંગા ગયે ગંગાદાસ, જમના ગયે જમનાદાસ, મથુરા ગયે મથુરાદાસ, કાશી ગયે કાશીદાસ. હદ થઈ ગઈ. ક્યાંક તો એ જગત ટકી રહી છે કે નહીં? એક જગ્યા પર ઊંડાણમાં જઈશું તો મળશે. કેમ મળશે? શું ખાતરી છે મળશે? ઇટ્સ ઓલવેઝ એન્ડ ઓલરેડી ધેર. આ એક ઘૂસી ગયો ને આપણે, અત્યારે મને ક્રોધ આવે, એનું જોઈને મારું હાટે બની ગયું. થયું ને એવું? એ ઓલરેડી એન્ડ ઓલવેઝ તો ભૂલવાનું જ નહીં. એને યાદ રાખીને ભલે નહીં આગળ કરી નાખો જે કરવું એ. Okay, count 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. તો પછી એના છોકરાને લઈ આવ્યો with a bruise on his face. He said, did I not tell you to count 100 before you hit him? He counted after 100 count I gave. All these quick fixes don't work on me. Key to happiness is stay awake to my true nature. Know what I am not. Things will arise. Just because I know, things will not arise. Just because you know how to drive, you don't meet with traffic? Yeah? એવું થાય? Just because I know how to drive, I will not get red signals? એ વળી કેવું? આ બધું કયું લોજિક છે? હવે તો એરમાં બી ટ્રાફિક થવા માંડ્યા, બીજે શું? Just because you know who you are, your mother-in-law will become very goody-goody with you? How? What is that logic? That is not a way of seeing that, in kind of but if difficulties come to me, that means I have not progressed. Are you mad? Then to Bhagwan would have not got khila only in his ears. Difficulties, the challenges, I have to check, recheck. Before, those racing cars, before they are sold and put on the thing, tracks to run, they have to they put artificial fast, they put the machine through that test. So good difficulties come, welcome. Come no, welcome. This is the time I will check my abidance, my understanding, my clarity. One incident I will say, and then you don't have questions, so I will end. They are like, Sachin Tendulkar? You know Sachin Tendulkar? Yeah, no, cricket you don't know. Sachin Tendulkar was a very good cricket player. And they say his records of getting highest runs in his lifetime, that tenure, no one has been able to reach that. 10,000 or something has gone to. Amazing cricketer he was. Suppose somebody makes him out in a test match. He will go and congratulate the few. You know what he will say? I know how good I am. If you could make me out, you probably were better than me. But wait, I'm coming back in the second inning. Like that. One situation you get carried away. Mastata, Moraja, good play, coming back again. Next moment is another opportunity. Another moment, another opportunity. Another moment, another opportunity. I will keep getting. Why let go of these opportunities? When we were so young, there used to be telematches on TV. Telematches. In 1 minute they have to score. This is a team of people. It's not one person playing against another. It's a team playing another. So this will be water games and stuff like that. Catching balls. 1, 2, 3, and it will be, I don't know which language, maybe Russian or German. In 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to collect it in your basket, and at the end, the referee or whoever, he will come and we count 1, 2, 3. Oh, they won. Like that. One after the other situation. What you catch, those is gone. Go on, let it go. You can't go and run. Or you can't go. 1 minute gone. My life will go away if I keep searching for where did my peace go away. I don't have to go in search of my peace. Oh, that Pariyani peace gave, jaba de. Bijay to sacho, 3G to sacho, choti gayi, chalse, 5वीं sacho, 6ठी sacho, फिर 7वीं gayi, वांधो नहीं, 8वीं to sacho, 9वीं to sacho. No past. Why? पूछा करा बार. Why? Because the sky is high. Jump. So. Why? What do I do to come back to my natural being? Why did I not do well then? Why did I not get Ashray? Why did I fall in from his Agnya? Arey, why so, yaar? He's giving you another chance. You give yourself another chance. Take it. So now it's so proper 4. So now after sure you have no questions. Satguru Deva Ki Jai. परम कृपालु देव की जय, त्रिलोकनाथ की जय, आज के आनंद की जय। Thank you so much, LA Center, LA Lovely Center leaders, and the youth leader that we have now, very group leader, and so beautiful to be with such lively people and seeing you so connected to Baba. You are so fortunate. The living master, yeah, who's constantly abiding in his own nature. He will be visiting you on Guru Purnima Day. Don't miss this opportunity. Yeah, charge gas ભરી લેવાનું તમારી ટાંકીમાં, charge થઈ જવાનું. So that whole year you can stay in those lovely memories and in the pursuit of knowing and getting awakened to your true nature. Be a blissful and joyous existence to everybody. Yeah, for that you will see Baba in flesh and blood in front of you. So don't miss this opportunity. You will find એક દિવસ જવાય ને બે દિવસ જવાય જઈને આવશે, બરાબર તમારે એક કેમ નીચોવી લેવાના. Be in the present as much as that doesn't mean you go and nicho. Yeah, and you have 2 months. Decide for yourself what you want to offer to him. Yeah, physical things, a lot of things we have offered. થોડું અજ્ઞાન આપી દઉં, થોડી આસક્તિ આપી દઉં, થોડી મમત્વ આપી દઉં. કંઈક ડિસાઇડ કરો કે મને શું ધરવું છે આ વખતે આ ગુરુ પૂર્ણિમામાં. Don't forget he's leaving behind 7,000 devotees in India and being with handful here. Yeah, make the most of it. Then your offering also has to be more. It can't be just like that, no? So everything comes with a price.
Yes.
So this price is not, અમે હોટેલના તો પૈસા ભરીએ છીએ ને registration, not that. What will I give to be closer and nearer to my own self, which is nothing but his self? Yeah, it's the same thing. So એવું કંઈક નક્કી કરો અને કંઈ બધા જરૂરી નથી બધાને કહેવાની કે હું ખૂબ જ આમ કરવાની છું, કરવાનું અને પછી પાછું એમાં અહંકાર તગડો કરી નાખીએ. As a group, what you can offer as an individual. Even if I don't get personal chance to offer, he knows what you are offering. Yeah, if you get a chance to say कि बाबा मैं आनी आसक्ति में कंदमूल छोड़ी दीधा, कि मैं रात्रि भोजन छोड़ी दीधું, कि मैं झगड़વાનું બંધ કરી દીધું, कि finding faults में ભાઈ પૂછવાનું બંધ કરી દીધું. Something, something that will make him happy. That's called earning Rajipo. And in this earning Rajipo, you don't realize how you progress spiritually. Because he wants only spiritual growth. જગતનું શું જે મિથ્યા દેખાયું છે, સ્વપ્નવત દેખાયું છે, એઠવત દેખાયું છે, એમને શું જગતમાંથી કાંઈ પણ ધરીશું તો આનંદ આવશે? એ તો આપણને રમકડા આપવા માટે હસ્યા કરે. કે વેરી ગુડ, મારો છોકરો પાસ યુનિવર્સિટી, અચ્છા વેરી ગુડ. પછી આપણે કે બાપા લાઈક ઇટ, વોટ બાપા તને લોલીપોપ આપી ખબર નહીં પડી? But he feels like he never gives up on us, He will again say, okay, doesn't matter. Abane to aao to kharo, satsang to kar. Only if continuous satsang karo to dradikaran thai. You think for yourself, before 2-3 years from now, to bhi kewa hata. Aji kyun samjhai che tamne. It is nothing new, it's not foreign for you, this idea. So very soon it will become your nature. You will not know, but continuous being in the company of the same kind. And you will see yourself progressing. Thank you so much once again, and most importantly, if I have hurt you through my thoughts, words and deeds, through these 4 sessions, other 5 sessions, I seek your forgiveness, Chamitukram. And even through these 4 sessions, if I have spoken anything which is not in line with my Guru's teachings, in line with the enlightened beings, then I ask for forgiveness. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Bhagavan.
Thank you, everybody. Before we take off from here, I have a job to do the thank you speech here. We were debating who should be giving this thank you speech, and then I realized that since Biren has done all the work until now, at least this is what I should do. First of all, thank you to Param Krupaldev and Babaji for their blessings and sending Smrutiji here. Thank you, Smrutiji, for teaching us how to paint every day with joy by finding it within in a very playful and a fun way. Thank you for awakening us to the fact that the real joy is always already there. For making us aware that we are all connected to the divine, and that awareness will make it easier for us to improve all our relationships. Thank you for explaining how about managing thoughts, what are the different types of thoughts and all of that. We appreciate it very much, and I believe we all feel much more happier today, right?
Yes.
Thank you to the Jain Center of Southern California for allowing us to use the facility and accommodating us and letting us make all these arrangements, changing things every day. Thank you to the audio video team. Thank you especially to Pradeep Bhai for helping us with the video. I don't name any names just because I'm afraid I might forget somebody. So all the Raj Parivar members who have helped, we appreciate your help here. All of you, we are all appreciating you for attending and taking active participation in this. And last but not least, thank you to Biren for 90% of the work of all these events he has done this time. And from all of us, Michami Dukram, if we have done anything missed anything wrong. Thank you. See you again soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the last reminder about the checks. If you have checks, cash, whatever, and if you have pledged, please give it to Ashok Bhai. Otherwise, you will get a call from him.
Oh, take out the cord so it doesn't bother anybody. Just pull out the cord. All the way from the wall. No, all the way from the wall.